apart. You might just want to face your screen. Take your feet about hip width distance, maybe just a little bit wider here. On the inhale, take your hands up high, bring the palms of the hands together. Sorry, that screen will not work. Inhale, bring the palms of the hands together. And as we exhale, we're gonna sit back into our heels and our seat, press the palms down slowly, down into a squat, not a super low one, just a medium one. Drop your head forward, drop your chest forward, round your back, reach your hands, sweep those hands towards the mat. And as you inhale, slowly roll up, straighten out your legs, come up through your back one vertebrae at a time, roll those shoulders down your back, and then reach your hands high, big breath in. Exhale, sit, sweep those hands wide. Roll yourself forward, head drops heavy, hands reach forward, roll up one vertebrae at a time, shoulders slide down the back, and reach those hands up overhead. Exhale, drop forward, come around. So it's a nice loose squat. Inhale to reach up, exhale to squat and hinge forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge and squat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge and squat. One more nice big breath in. Inhale. Exhale, squat and hinge. Stay hinging forward here with your torso over your thighs. Let your head go heavy. Shake your head no. One more big breath. Slowly roll up, keeping a nice soft bend in those knees. Take your hands on top of your thighs, right above those knees. We're going to take those knees around in a circle. So you're going to have your hands on top of your thighs and take your knees around in a big circle. Pause for a second. Come back to center. Sit back on your hips and heels. Go the other way. Maybe a little bit less of a bend. One more time around this direction. Inhale, sweep up, come on up to stand, reach your hands up overhead. Exhale, down to heart center, nice and slowly. Take a second here to close your eyes with your hands at the heart center. Let your hands down by your sides. 3 big breaths in mountain. Bring your heels back underneath your hips, hip width distance. Engage your leg muscles. Lift the thighs up off those kneecaps. Roll your shoulders down your back. Close your eyes. Last breath here. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back, fingertips to your shins to really press forward with the crown of the head. Lift your low back or low belly off your thighs. Really press and shine the tailbone behind. Exhale, hinge and fold, bend those knees, plant your hands. Just sit back onto your mat right here at the top. Find a nice tall seat with your hands behind your thighs for some rock and roll action. So round that spine, exhale, come onto your shoulder blades. Inhale, zip your belly in, come on up to that tall seat. Exhale, round and roll back. Do that a couple more times. Close your eyes. Really pull in that core. Rolling back, staying back this time. Go ahead and bring your knees into your body. Squeeze the shins into your thighs. Let your shoulders slide down your back. Feel your neck lengthen. Let your jaw move from side to side as you roll your ankles around in both directions. Maybe letting those knees slide apart, coming towards the armpits a little more if that feels okay. In your hips and thighs. Maybe a little more side to side action if you feel flexible and there's a little movement. Coming on back to the center. Nice big inhale and then an exhale to squeeze. Give yourself a nice hug. Knees pull in. Flashing that tailbone down low. Inhale, send one leg long and then the other as your hands reach slowly up overhead for a full body stretch. Let's flex through those heels, really drive the heels down. The toes almost can touch the top of your legs here, driving all that energy through the heels. Slide the shoulder blades down the back, hands still reaching up overhead. Inhale to point your toes. Exhale, flex your heels, wiggle each one of your toes, let your arms go wide into a big T shape. You're gonna bring one knee up and then the other, taking those knees at hip width distance apart, pointing the toes, keeping your legs just as they are. You can bring your hands a little bit closer to your body if you need more support. Otherwise, we're gonna exhale, drop the legs off to one side. Inhale, roll onto your back. Exhale, drop these legs off to the other side. Inhale, roll onto your back. Exhale, twist. Inhale, roll back onto the mat. Exhale, twist to the other side. So warming up the core, but it feels so good and stretchy through that low back. Inhale and exhale. You can turn your gaze from side to side if that feels good as well. 3 more full breaths right here. Inhale, exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale to lift your knees back up. And then go ahead and set your toes down behind your seat. Exhale to windshield wiper those knees from side to side, maybe a little bit more quickly. Letting one knee fall in towards the center and the other knee falling away. 1 more breath each side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Take your feet to the edges of your mat and let your knees fall to the center. So they're gonna come into touch. It's gonna feel like a nice low back relief. Take your hands down to your low belly. Lengthen out that neck. Close your eyes here. Allow the tension to just melt away with every breath. Let's focus on our low belly breath 5 times here. As you inhale, you're not lifting your chest. You're focusing on lifting the lowest part of the belly. And the exhale is going to come from that same spot. Start to notice what happens. Those muscles start to soften way down low and also up high. It just is so relaxing to focus our energy down on that low belly. A lot of tension there. Take 2 more nice full low belly breaths. Last one, full of focus, full of energy. On your next inhale, you're gonna press one leg long and then the other, finding a full body stretch. Arms reach up overhead. Then release those fingers, flip your palms up over your head so they're reaching to the other side of the room. Nice big inhale to stretch here. Exhale, bring one knee in. We're gonna slowly lift our head and shoulders up off the mat. Lift that opposite leg off the mat as well. Staying here to hover. Gently taking your hands behind your head, opening up the elbows wide. We'll start with our bicycle crunches. Inhale, exhale to twist. Opposite elbow towards your opposite knee. Try to keep head and shoulder lifted up off the mat as much as possible. Just slowly here. Feeling that stretch and also feeling that core crunch. Inhale as you rotate on those low shoulder blades. Exhale, twist. Find that diagonal connection from your shoulder blade down to your low hip. Breathe out, breathe in. Important to breathe. No tension in your fingers and shoulders and arms. Inhale, exhale, keep it going. Just 10 more seconds. 5 more big breaths. Last one each side. Come on back to the mat. Squeeze your knees in as the head and shoulders roll back. Bring those knees in so tight. You can feel your tailbone pull up off the mat just a little bit. Straighten both legs up towards the sky. We're going to point the toes, hands down by the hips or maybe underneath the tailbone. If you need a little extra support, roll your shoulders down your back. Press the hands down by your sides. Inhale to start, exhale to lower halfway down. Open up, squeeze together. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower, open, close. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway, open, close. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Check in with your low back. When you come up for that inhale, maybe lift your low back, lift your hips, and check in with your low back. Make sure everything is plastered on the mat. You're not holding any tension in your neck and shoulders. Check in, breathe. Here we go. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. 3 more here. Last 2. Doing great. 1 more time. Squeeze those knees in. Give yourself that nice hug. I'm going to take my knees wide to my armpits. I like that. Squeeze. Inhale, full body stretch. Point the toes. Wiggle your fingers. Do whatever feels good here. This time we're going to bring our heels behind our seat. Hands down by the hips or next to our sides. Lengthen out through the spine for bridge. Inhale, we're going to slowly peel up our vertebrae up off that mat. Tuck the tailbone under. Roll that spine up off the mat till you reach your shoulder blades. And then start to roll right back down the same way. So we are providing our own resistance by taking it slowly and acting as though we're peeling tape off of something. That was 2. 3 more here, nice and slow. Two more. Last one. Nice and slow. Coming on down to the mat. Lift your feet, lift your heels, come to your toes, open up your arms even wider. Let those knees windshield wiper from side to side. Turn your gaze from side to side. And if you want to pause on one of those sides, please do. We're going to take 5 more big breaths, just your own body wiggling around on the mat, letting those knees move, letting your waist and hips move. 1 more full breath. Coming back to the mat. Bringing both knees in, grab behind your thighs. On your inhale, come on up to that tall seat. Exhale, round your spine. Come on back. Inhale and exhale, rock and roll 2 more times. 1 more breath. Coming up to a comfortable seat and then moving your body back onto your mat to our hands and knees. Finding a little cat-cow. Inhale to curl the toes under, drop your belly and lift your chin. Exhale to flatten the tops of your feet. Round your mid-back, let your head fall heavy between your arms. Inhale, curl the toes under, drop your belly, lift your chin. Do that 3 more breaths. Last full breath here. Coming back to that neutral spine. Inhale, left leg goes long, reaching long behind. We're going to lift that leg slightly up and then bring it all the way over so that it crosses that right leg. Tap to the right side. Inhale, lift. tap over to your left side. Inhale, lift that leg, not really higher than hip because you don't want to arch that back. Exhale to tap to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. That was 3. 2 more each side. So trying to keep your core and your spine long in the center of the mat the whole time. 1 more time each side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Bring your knee back underneath your hip. Let your hips go out to the left side. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Maybe walk that hand forward. Just kind of feel that on the outer edge of your hip all the way through your back. 1 more breath, pressing into the left side. Inhale back through your neutral spine. Exhale, press over to that right side. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Sink back into your hips. 1 more full breath here. Coming on back to that neutral spine. Let your hips rock from side to side. Back to center. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it over to your left side. Crossing that left leg, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap to the left. Inhale, lift. Tap to the right. Inhale, lift. Tap to the left. Yes. 3 more. Try to keep your gaze down, spine straight, core nice and tight. 1 more each side. Bringing your knee back underneath your hip. We're going to go ahead and take those knees wide. Bring the big toes together. Letting your hips come forward on the inhale. Maybe taking a little bit of a back bend by lifting your chin. Exhale, press back over those heels. Reach your hands forward to the top of your mat. Let's flip our palms up for 5 nice breaths into the forehead, into a pillow. Letting your shoulders slide down your back. Creating a little more space in your chest and your hips. Noticing that breath. How does that low belly breath look right now? Can you feel some muscles start to move here already? Great job. You are perfect and wonderful just as you are right here, everybody. Nice big breath in as you start to lift yourself up off that mat, coming back to tabletop. We're going to sit back on our seat, swing those legs around. We're going to cross our right leg in front of our left. Take your hands on top of your knees. It's just kind of like a wide diamond or a looser diamond. And we're going to start by just doing those Kundalini circles. Leaning forward with your chest and shoulders. Taking a circle as you pull back. Exhale, inhale to round forward. Press forward, through your chest. Exhale to round your back. Push around to the back. Definitely feeling that in your right hip. So we're going to do this 3 times around this way. 1 more. God, it feels good, doesn't it? My hips are making all kinds of noise. I'm sure yours are too. Come on back to the top. Switch directions. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Last one. I want you to sit back. Take your feet in front of you. Uncross your feet. Then we're going to take our right ankle across our left thigh here. Hands behind you. You could scooch that left heel in as much or as little as you want here. Flexing through that right heel or just letting it be more neutral. Bringing your chest forward is a little bit more. Drop your head forward. Select your breath. Go into that right side for just a couple more moments. Last full breath here. Lift your chin, shine your chest forward. Uncross that right leg. Still sitting back on the heels of your hands. Let your knees go from side to side. Noticing how good that right hip feels. So we're gonna go ahead and hit that left side here. Coming back to the top, sit up nice and tall. We're gonna cross our left leg in front of our right. So shin goes in front of the other shin. Loose diamond. Hands on top of those knees, sit up nice and tall. Start those Kundalini torso circles. So leaning forward, inhale, exhale to round through your back, push back. Inhale, come forward, exhale, lean back. 3 more here. Just let it go. Oh, and feel very tight. 1 more time all the way around. Coming back to the top. Take the other direction. Hands on top of those knees. Feel your tailbone root down. It's holding you down. 2 more big, generous circles. 2 more big, generous breaths. Coming all the way back to the top to that seat. Uncross your legs, sit your feet down in front. We're gonna cross that left ankle over the right thigh, sitting back on our hands, drawing the right heel in as much as it feels good right now. Lifting your chest forward, chin can come down or up, whatever feels good in your neck. You can move a little bit if that is something that your body seems to like. Super duper tight. 3 more nice full breaths. Just letting it be. Uncrossing your left leg. Sitting back on your hands still. Let those knees go from side to side. I hope your hips feel nice and juicy right now. We're gonna sit up tall, bring the soles of the feet together. Coming forward with your hands. Sitting up tall, rooting down through your seat. Inhale, both hands high. Exhale to hinge and fold. Let your spine round. Let your body come forward. Maybe that pillow or block nearby might be handy here. And take 5 nice big breaths. Sitting back into your seat, reaching forward with your crown of the head or the forehead. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the hips and the inner thighs. Last 2 full breaths here. Walking your hands in towards your body. We're gonna swing those feet back around behind, back to that tabletop. This time we're gonna do barrel roll. So we'll drop the belly and lift the chin as we breathe in, curl the toes under. And as you exhale, push your rib cage over to one side, round your mid back, come on through that cat, drop the head heavy, all the way around in a big circle with your rib cage dropping and bending those elbows as needed. We're gonna do 3 more big circles this way. Changing directions on that next breath. One more big, awkward, random, organic circle all the way around. I think it feels so good when you really just close your eyes and give into that movement. Come on back to your neutral spine. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Shoulders slide down the back. I want to feel your low belly lift in and up to really pull the tailbone back. Elongate that spine. On the next inhale, you're gonna lift that left foot long, reaching it straight up behind, and then you're gonna externally rotate so the knee is facing out to the left side. We're gonna flex our toes out to that left side too. On the exhale, squeeze that left knee in towards your left arm, maybe that tricep. Exhale, push that heel straight back, keeping the knee open to the side the whole time. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Just 5. This is already number 3 here. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. 2 more. Last one. Reach it out. Take your knee back towards the mat. Let your hips go from side to side. Come on back to the center. Inhale to find that neutral spine, but lifting the belly in and up, reaching the crown of the head forward. Exhale to stay. Inhale, right foot lifts. Leg goes long, straight out from your hip. Externally rotate that leg, knee facing out to the right side, toes kick out to the right side. Exhale, squeeze knee in towards that right leg. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. That's 2. Exhale, squeeze. 3, 4, and 5. Reach it back out. And then set your knee back underneath your hip, back to tabletop. Rock your hips from side to side. Letting your head go from side to side as well. Maybe coming up onto those fists for just a moment. Okay. Sitting back on your heels, you can curl the toes under or just sit right back on the tops of your feet. Just watch me for a second. We're going to press forward. We're reaching our right fingertips behind. I'm going to take a fist with my left hand. And then we're just gently going to sit back towards our heels to really stretch that right arm. All these little tendons in our wrists. Release through your shoulders. One more big breath. Slowly start to peel as you sit back onto those heels. We're going to go ahead and take that right wrist into our left hand. Give it a nice massage, taking your thumb and forefinger and just giving it a really nice squeeze. Maybe a little bit on that forearm too. Switching hands, shake it out. Coming to that right fist. Left hand is going to flip so the fingertips are facing us. You're going to sit back on those heels as you press your hand down to the mat. I've got a fist on my right hand. You can just drop your head and just try to remain neutral, relaxing those fingertips. If that hurts, just come more forward, right? And if it needs more of a stretch, just sit back on your heels. Try to keep the hand glued down for another 2 breaths. We're going to slowly start to peel the heel of the hand off as you sit back. So you're going to slowly start to peel off. Fingertips will be the last to come on up. And then we're going to sit back just like we did on the other side. Grab the left wrist with your right hand and give it a nice squeeze and massage. Squeeze all the way up on your forearm. You'll find a little tension there, I'm sure. Give it a wiggle and shake those fingers out. Come on back to hands and knees. Take a nice big breath in, neutral spine, tabletop. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Exhale, we're going to lift up to our first down dog. Lifting those hips high, bending one knee towards the mat. We're going to press that opposite heel down to the mat, towards the mat for 3 breaths. Really shining energy into your tailbone and that hip that you're pressing the energy through. Go ahead and switch legs, bend the other knee, straighten the opposite leg. Press through that heel. Lifting the hips high still. Last big breath here. Go ahead and come back to our down dog. Pedal out those feet. Inhale, lift to your toes, look forward, step to the top of your mat to forward fold. Exhale, hinge and fold. Grab opposite elbow, opposite hand. Stay here in the center for just another 2 breaths. Letting your head really release between your arms. Heel toe those feet just a little bit wider. Swing your upper body out over each side. 3 big breaths here. 1 more breath. Coming back to center, hanging onto those elbows or releasing those hands. You have 2 more breaths in the center. Let your hands reach down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Slowly start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. We're gonna lift our hands up over our heads as we come up to our standing mountain. Inhale, exhale to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Grab that left wrist with your right hand. Exhale as you lean to the right. Your right ear drops onto that right shoulder. Take another breath here. On the inhale, both hands high. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Exhale, lean to the left side. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Take that extra breath on this side as well. Inhale, reach up, rise up, drop your shoulders down your back. Chin comes parallel to the floor. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, bend your knees, step your right foot back. Release the right knee down to the mat. Inhale, both hands high. Exhale, open up those arms to a T. Inhale, reach those elbows back by your ribs. Sink your hips forward even more. Inhale, press back out of your hips. Open up those arms to a T shape. Exhale, bring elbows by your sides. Really sink forward into your left hip. Inhale, come back out to that T shape. Exhale, elbow by ribs. Two more. Inhale, reach and lift. Exhale, pull those elbows back. Inhale, reach and lift. Exhale, pull those elbows back. This time we're gonna inhale, reach hands overhead. Keep those hips low. Exhale, hands dive forward. Inhale, hips shift back, legs straightens. Lift those toes up. Lift your low belly off your thigh. Exhale to hinge and fold. Finding that half split. One more full breath. Walking both hands forward. Step your left knee back just to a tabletop. You're gonna rock those hips from side to side. Turn your gaze from side to side. Come on back to neutral spine. Big breath in. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift to your toes, look forward. Step or hop. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, root to rise. Lift your hands up and overhead as you come all the way up to standing. Big breath in. Exhale to heart center. Inhale, rise up. Grab your left wrist. Exhale, lean to the right. Drop that ear to shoulder. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, grab that right wrist. Lean to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean back. Take your hands to your low back. Flat palms, fingertips facing down. So that's like covering your tailbone. Pressing fingertips down, pulling your elbows back. I want you to draw your chin forward and then lift your chin up so that it's parallel to the floor. Right there. And then you're feeling that connection right in the middle of your shoulder blades. 3 breaths here just to isolate and hold those shoulder muscles. Release your hands, shake them out. Maybe step those feet from side to side. Restabilize your feet. Feet hip width distance coming to your mountain. We're gonna come up to our toes, reaching our hands up. Inhale, lift up to the toes, reach hands high. Exhale, sweep hands back, rock back to those heels. Maybe lift the toes up. Inhale all the way up to the toes. Exhale, press back. Reach back to those heels. Inhale, lift to your toes. Exhale, rock back to your heels. This time, stay on your feet. Inhale, rise up with both hands. Feet are grounded. Grab your left wrist. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, rise and reach. Grab that right wrist. Lean to the left. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean back. Open up your arms. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step your left foot back. Release that left knee down. Inhale, both hands high. Exhale, open up to goalpost arms. Clench your fists. We're going to squeeze our elbows together as we come forward towards our right knee and really just into that right hip is more what I mean. Inhale, press back out. Open up those elbows. Pull them all the way back behind so that you can't see them. Exhale, press forward, elbows together. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, press back out. Exhale, squeeze. I think that's 3. 2 more. 1 more. Inhale, lift up. Reach your hands up overhead. Exhale, hands come down. We're going to push back onto our hips. Straighten out our right leg. Lift and hinge and fold. Exhale, 2 big breaths. Pulling back on that right hip as much as the crown of the head pulls forward. Hands walk forward. Knee shifts behind. So from half splits, just back to your tabletop. Take a nice big breath in and out as you rock your hips and turn your gaze. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, down dog. Pedal out those feet. Give yourself 2 big breaths. Shake your head no and yes between those arms. Your neck is long and neutral. Come back to your down dog. Inhale, lift to your toes. Look forward, step or hop. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Hold that high plank here. Wrists are underneath your shoulders. Take your feet about hip width distance. You're up on the balls of those feet, maybe all the way up on those toes. Take 5 more breaths, feeling really solid. Check in with your hips. Are they down by the shoulders? Are they way up high? Maybe too low. Just check in here for 1 more full breath. And then we're going to bring those knees down. Opening up to our right side gate pose. So right knee is down, right hand is down. I kind of turn my right foot behind. I'm going to kick that left leg long to the end of your mat. Inhale as you bring your left hand all the way up over your head. Right ear drops towards that right shoulder. Staying here for 3 big breaths. Imagining the ribs on your left side opening up and making even more space for your vertebrae and for breath. Feeling that stretch, last full breath here. On your next inhale, you're going to push off with your right hand, use your core, come all the way up and over to that left side. Left arm goes long, right hand reaches up overhead. That is your breath in. Exhale, coming all the way back to gate. Hand overhead, ear to shoulder. Inhale, reach up, just 5 times here. Exhale, come back. Inhale, this is 3. Smile, stretch. Oh gosh, that feels really good. One more time here after this one. Big breath in as you lift. And big breath out. We're going to stay here, out over on our side. Reaching the left hand all the way up overhead. You're just going to bring that left leg up to hip height. Tap your big toe down to the mat. Lift it back up to hip height. Tap that toe down to the mat. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Come on back to the mat. Left hand, left knee. Take a little cat-cow or maybe a barrel roll. Dropping that belly, just moving your body around here from side to side. We're going to come on over to our left side. So on your next big breath in, left hand down, left knee down, right hand overhead, right leg goes long. Take 3 full breaths in, left ear dropping towards your left shoulder. Press your hips forward just a little bit. Sometimes we tuck them in. Feel that extension in your right side here, all the way from armpit down to the hip. Last big breath. On your inhale, we're gonna reach up and lift over. That's a huge inhale. Fill up your trunk. And on the exhale, reach back out. Find that spinal extension. Inhale. There's 2. We're gonna do 3 more, just like that, at your own pace. Each side is so different on this one, of course, like everything else. Those last 2 big breaths here, ladies. Last one, all the way up. And all the way back down to your mat. Hold here. We're gonna lift our right leg up to our hip. Tap that big toe, exhale. Inhale to hip. Exhale to tap. Inhale to hip. 2 more. Last one. Go ahead and come on back to your tabletop, to your hands and knees. Take a nice big breath in, neutral spine. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, up and back. We're going to step to the outside of our right hand for lizard. So with pigeon and lizard, you want to find that spine nice and tall and straight in the center of the mat, or the center of your body, right? Turning that right leg out, left leg is long. Go ahead and release that left knee to the mat if you haven't already. You can come down to your forearms. You can twist and turn to the right or even the left side. Okay, come on down, find that pillow, find that prop. We're gonna hold here for 45 seconds to a minute. Just let your mind stay in your breath. I highly recommend low belly breath here with the hip openers. It's just that intentional breath is so restorative and relaxing to the cells in your body and the muscles in our bodies. So much emotions and energy gets stuck up in our muscles. I have found that my shoulders have been out of control this season. So just breathe it out, my friends. Letting go of tightness, letting go of bullshit, and just letting go of stuff that doesn't work for you and making no freaking apologies for it anymore. Just breathing in and out and staying right here. Two more huge breaths. If you weren't doing low belly, send them right down there, focusing on not lifting your chest, just lifting the low belly as you breathe. Gently, gently coming back to the hands, sweeping your right knee back around because your left knee should already be on the mat. You're back on tabletop. Woo! Sit back on those heels, reach the hands forward, and then draw your hips forward, maybe a lot, maybe not as much as me. Lift your chin if that feels good. Exhale, sit back on those heels, maybe curl the toes under. Reach your hands to the top of the mat. Just do that one more big breath here. Making your way back to tabletop. Nice big inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, down dog. Pedal out your feet. Notice that left hip not being quite as open as that right side after lizard. Coming back to down dog, inhale, left foot high. Let's correct that. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step to the outside of your left hand. Find that straight spine here first with hands on the mat. Reaching the crown of the head forward. Feeling an evenness between your hips before releasing that right knee to the mat. Maybe twisting to that left or to the right side, whatever might feel great tonight. Listening to your body, coming a little bit lower using a prop, a pillow, a huge pillow, a small pillow, whatever might work. Sending all that good energy back into the hips. Maybe low belly breathing. Maybe just in through the nose, out through the nose. Noticing a softness. Noticing a stillness in your soul as you settle down into your body and just release. Release of things to do, places to be. Just really honing in on our needs tonight. Opening up those hips. 3 more low breaths. Very gently coming onto your hands, sweeping your left knee back onto the mat. That should feel a little bit better. We're gonna just take our waist and hips around in a circle. So drop your belly and just move that waist around in a circle. Up and down, and then switch directions. Come on back to the center of your mat. Let your hips and head go from side to side. Inhale here, exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, up and back. Tuck behind your right knee for sleepy pigeon. So the right shin comes across the top of the mat. Leaning back on that left leg that extends. Here's that straight spine setup. You can reach back for that right foot, or the left foot, I mean, either side. Whatever feels good to you. Make that happen. And then hinge with that straight back as much as you can. Forward folding. Pillow and rest and a prop. Fists and hands work great too. Drop those shoulders down your back. Open up the space behind your eyes. The space behind your ears and your jaw. Noticing a softening in your mouth as your tongue releases off the top. The muscles and tendons in your neck start to soften as you breathe into that space. Breathing into your shoulders. Noticing as they forcefully slide away from your ears with your next breath out. Feeling your breath surround your shoulder sockets with a little extra tonight. Reaching under those shoulder blades with energy and breath, like a little massage. Taking 3 more big breaths here on your right side into this top part of your body, the head, the neck, and the shoulders. 2 more big breaths to that space. Slowly walking your hands into your body. When you're ready, we're going to roll over to our right hip, turning towards the long side of our mat here. So you'll just turn, kick that right leg out, Kick the left leg out. You're up in your wide V. Move your sit bones, adjust your leggings, and then flex both heels. Inhale, reach your hands high, shoulders slide down the back. We're gonna twist towards our right leg. If you can twist even more, reach that left hand across for your pinky side edge of the foot. Otherwise, you're here and you're just hinging forward, chest coming towards the thigh. 5 big breaths here. Two more full breaths, pulling back on that left hip. Make sure it's not lifted up too far. Go ahead and slowly unravel, reach back up. Big inhale, hands reach high, shoulders slide down the back. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand can reach across or chest can come forward. Hands framing that leg for 5 big breaths. One more breath. Slowly rise up, reach up with both hands, big breath in, sitting tall on both your sit bones. Exhale to hinge and fold. Hands can come down, walk forward. Walking forward for 5 breaths. Hands walking in as you slowly roll up. Swing it back around to tabletop. Big breath in your neutral spine. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Tuck for sleepy pigeon. So your left knee comes behind your left wrist on the mat. Release your right leg long. Straight spine here. Now for twisting. If you like that, don't have to at all. Remember to hinge and fold over that left leg. Big breaths in and out, ladies. Let's focus on our lower half of the body here. So starting with your low back, let's send all our breath into that lower part of your back, wherever you left off on the right side. Tailbone, the front part around your pelvis. Those tight hamstrings. Making your way into your knees, your calf muscles and your shin muscles and every tendon in each one of your feet. Just noticing and breathing. Finding full body breaths here for the last 10 seconds of your pigeon. One more full breath. Slowly walking your hands in. We're gonna sit back on our left side, bring that right foot around to the top of your mat. We're gonna rock and roll here. We're almost done. So sit up nice and tall, and then exhale to round and roll. Inhale to rock and lift. Exhale to roll. Inhale to lift. Exhale to roll back to plow pose. So we're gonna lift our hips up. Hands come to help. Try to bring those hips up over the shoulders. and then hinge your feet over. Taking another 2 big breaths here. And then slowly start to roll your vertebrae one at a time down to the mat. As your hips come down to touch, you can bend your knees, bring the knees into your armpits. Take those feet up to the sky, flex your feet. Grab the bottom here for 5 full breaths in a happy baby. Movement or no movement. Last big breath. Slowly letting your feet come back to the mat, taking your feet to the edges and letting your knees knock to the center so they come to touch. That should feel good on your low back here. Take your hands to your low belly, roll the shoulder blades down the back. Take 3 just very centering, calming breaths. Low belly lifts and rises, trying to let the chest stay still. Sending one leg long and then the other, leaving the hands where they are, or maybe taking them by your sides. This is a flow out class, so as we begin here, you won't see me anymore this evening. Just start to take that breath again. We'll start at the crown of the head, releasing any tension and tightness, closing your eyes, letting the tightness release behind the top of your jaw, moving it from side to side, allowing the shoulders to slide away. Feeling your collarbone widen and the muscles in your chest lengthen and release. Feeling your belly soften and any tightness in your hips falling away with that next exhale. Your thighs are heavy and your knees are floating. Each one of your toes wiggles with release. For those next several breaths, I want you to breathe in from the base and the soles of your feet, all the way up your legs, all the way into each part of your body, out the crown of the head.